Everyone, it's that time. It's 1:30. I have been waiting for this day. I am so excited. Let's see how many people join us today. I'm so excited, guys. This one's a good one. I'm girl fanning a bit. I have to admit, this one I am very giggly over. And I've been a fan of hers for so long. So let's get this show started. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys. Here we go. Welcome everyone to Sip and Snip. I'm your host, Palma N'Sheluvzit. I'm so happy you're here, whether you're joining us live or catching the replay. Pull up a chair, grab a drink, and let's cut the small talk. For those joining us live, please drop your questions below in the comments. We're keeping this conversation open and interactive. Today's guest is someone whose work is both powerful and intentional. She's a visionary artist who I just adore, and she continues to push her creative boundaries while, of course, staying deeply connected to her craft. She was named Contessa 2026 Elite Master Hairstylist of the Year and Session Hairstylist of the Year. Yes, you gotta say it with that kind of gusto, okay? She deserves it. And most recently, she was nominated for a PBA NAHA Hairstylist of the Year award. You guys say Hairstylist of the Year award 10 times fast and see what happens to you. Nonetheless, it is my pleasure to announce her. And honestly, I'm girl fanning hard. I cannot wait to have her on. So please join me in welcoming the most incredibly talented Robin LaChance to Sip and Snip. Let's cut the small talk and join her in on this call. Here she comes. Where's my girl at? Let's see. Hey, everyone. Hey!
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So good. I love this anticipation, waiting for my guests to come on. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm getting more and more giddy. Thank you so much for joining me. I have been such a huge fan, as I just announced to everybody who tuned in right away. Girl, I'm just in awe of you. And I wanted to say, it doesn't matter, no matter where we are in the world, we can girl fan, guy fan, whoever fan on whoever brings love and leads with love in our industry. And you have been in the forefront of that, Robin. So thank you. Welcome
Thank
and happy
you.
Family Day.
Happy Family Day to you. Thank you so much. I'm humbled
Oh,
by your spectacular opening. Thank you.
yeah. I mean, I just have to say this, and I know I'm kind of jumping over my questions, but you have been such an incredibly inspirational talent. And I mean, so many of these
Thank you.
words that we can say, but what you do specifically by sharing the behind the scenes of your work really gets me, because when I started off X amount of years ago, I would beg people to tell me, how did you do that?
hmm
And nobody would share that information.
hmm
You readily share it all over your social media. You shared your sketches, you shared your color ideas without hesitating. And guys, I just want to mention again, we are here, we're in Ontario, Canada, and Robin is in Barrie. And I grew up in Toronto and have moved now into the Niagara region as well. It doesn't matter where we are, and having a
100%.
platform to use it for that ability to share, hey, this is what I do and this is how I create it. Robin, what makes you want to do that?
I'm a forever art kid, and I remember when I was exposed to this side of our industry that I didn't know existed before. It was just a pile of questions of how? How do
Yeah.
we do that? How do we get involved in that? And, to circle back to what you were saying, in the early stages of our career, especially before social media for
Yeah.
the elder millennials and higher,
I know. It's like, oops,
there,
did I just do that?
there wasn't a lot of willingness to share as
Yeah.
much. And I think that wigs and pieces at one point were a little taboo to talk about as well. So
Oh, we're going to get into that.
even if they were being used, it was being marketed as just hair, so or
Well,
natural
isn't
hair.
it?
Yeah, and it wasn't until I got a little peek behind the scenes, behind the, elusive curtain that it started to click. So I thought, why not share
Who was that for
all of
you? Who was it for
Um,
you that showed you the little bit behind of their scenes?
it was Rasa Uranus. She was a huge
Wow.
mentor to me, and I'm so lucky that I had her such early on in my career too. But I took a class with her and Damian Carney, who's also just
Wow.
like brilliant editorial stylist, right? And
Incredibly talented. Yeah.
they kind of encourage us to come out of our boxes and show us some of the ways and the tools to kind of create. And it was kind of that like light bulb aha moment for me. Like it doesn't matter, we're all using the exact same tools and we're all being shown the same way on how to use them, but our creativity is going to take us in different avenues forever. So I think that it's important just to keep sharing that. Like, this is what we do, this is our love, this is our industry and our passion. So share the wealth. It never
Hell yeah.
hurts.
Absolutely. No two artists are the same. So I can show you, the same technique and you will spin it off into
Yeah.
whatever. It's kind of like broken telephone, right? It's like I say
Yeah.
something and then you'll hear something totally different because whatever that inspires you to do with it, do it. Guys,
Yeah.
just don't play with chicken wire. I promise you, it doesn't end nicely.
And I remember somebody saying to me early on too that there's imitators and creators, and both are so
Ooh.
equally important because the imitators take the original idea and make it something so very different. So
Repeat that again. I want everybody to hear exactly that. Repeat that again. There is
there are imitators and creators, and both are essentially important
both.
because
Love it.
the creators invented and the imitators take it to somewhere new. Just do not carbon copy somebody's work.
Yeah,
Golden rule.
a
Yeah.
100%, a hundred
Yeah.
percent. And speaking of someone's work, those images behind you are
Oh, you
breathtaking.
see.
Robin, I can't. Ah, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
I,
Oh,
I really, let's get to it. Like I
yeah.
keep saying, let's cut the small talk. And here we are. We're already jumping into the
All
heat.
right.
I love it.
Let's go.
Congratulations, man. You try saying Hairstylist of the Year award so many times, but you deserve it. I mean,
Thank
I
you.
am so fortunate. I really mean this, and I'm going to try not to get so overly emotional because then I'll start rambling, and I want this to be short and sweet for everybody to keep watching. But being up on that stage as one of the hosts this past year for the Contessas, and getting to see people that I just adore, and I just can't stop saying how wonderful you are
Mm.
to win and to see you up on that stage. Your acceptance speeches are always so beautiful, and you really pour your heart out into everything you absolutely do. Tell me, what did those moments feel like for you?
Oh man, it is total elation, especially this one being Elite Master Stylist. Like, this is the category of legends. So when I got the nomination, I was like, me, I'm Barry, Ontario. Like, are you sure? Are
Hell
you sure?
yeah!
But there, you get a little imposter syndrome, just like this much of it, because it's just one of those things. So being nominated alone was huge. And I took a huge gamble this year and did something that I haven't seen in the hair world before.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that.
So yeah,
I'm gonna go right to this.
yeah.
Girl, your quote that you shared from Salvador Dali. I'm gonna
Mm.
read it so everybody gets the idea of what it was. Salvador Dali said, "You have to systematically create confusion. It sets creativity free. Everything that is contradictory creates life." Wow. Wow. Tell me, how did that quote influence you and your work, especially with your Elite Master Hairstylist win?
Okay, there's a two-parter to this answer.
Tell me.
Uh, so I had the privilege of going to the Salvador Dali Museum a few years ago.
Oh.
And I feel like it totally changed me as an artist. And it just made me look at everything differently. So when I had this nomination this year, I was thinking, what does Elite Master Stylist, what did that mean to me? And it was to make it all about the hair, and I wanted to strip away all of the political extras that come within the fashion world. And I wanted to take the focus out of facial features, and I wanted it to be about a collective and to use shape and color and texture to create that sense of emotion instead of relying on the facial features, which made me revisit Dolly's work. And within that, he used ants in a lot of his art to represent like a death, but also transformation.
Yeah.
So looking at my girl, I chose black very purposefully to kind of be that aunt,
I
that
love that.
death to everything I've ever done before, and to
Wow.
transform this idea into making it all about the hair and making that the collective and not the individual, if that makes any
Oh, it makes a lot of
sense.
sense. Hence why you won Elite
Oh,
Master Hairstylist of the Year. It was intentionally done, and it was what was the focus for everyone who saw that collection. Without a doubt, that is exactly what we all felt. Your collection
mm,
completely gave me so many different emotions. It was reminding me of things that I even did in the past, and other artists of their work where they've hidden the face
mm-hmm,
and brought that focus. But why you hit the face, now we understand. And so that's why I want to do these shows, because we never really get that insight. You win the award, here's the applause, congratulations, but we want to know why. And now we understand that. That is so great. You really went outside the box. And for other artists watching and anyone who's tuning in, this is such a great opportunity for you to maybe get out of the hair world and jump into, AGO downtown Toronto, go to your local museum, grab ideas in different areas of our industry that will influence you to do something so incredible. Robin, that's so fantastic. I want to know though, Elite Master Hairstylist is a nomination only category. How did you feel when you got called to say, hey, we want you to enter in this category? Does it give you like this pressure that you thought maybe you never had, or, oh God, I
um,
have to do this? Or it's like, yes, I'm doing this again.
the first, so I've been nominated. This was my third time.
Yep.
So, very, very grateful for every opportunity. And the first time I definitely overthink it. And I went way inside of my head and decided that we were going to overthink every life decisions. And it stressed me out in a happy way. But the next time, I really just thought, you know what, if I'm being nominated for this, it's because of who I am as an artist. And I just like gotta let the weird out and just be completely porous to the situation and use the colors I like and use the shapes that I like and just be so authentically me. So it was really liberating in a way to,
Absolutely.
you know, have that title encourage me to dive into my own creativity.
You said it perfectly, but I'm going to just correct you because there's nothing weird about you, honey. You were right when you said you were being authentically yourself. And I think that's what we're all kind of nervous about doing. Like people like, oh wow, you're doing like this show. And like, yeah, you don't think I'm nervous doing this? You don't think I'm nervous hosting the Contessas? Like getting
No,
outside of your box is actually where creativity starts to grow. I always say
100%.
like the moment you feel uncomfortable is truly the minute you begin to grow. And you've been doing that with all your collections. So being nominated, to enter in a category, then to be nominated in it, then to win it. I mean, it's just confirmation to say, hey, Robin, you are seen and you are heard through your art. But
Thank you.
let's get into some controversial topics here.
Okay. All right.
The
Let's
way,
go.
oh, wait, what are you sipping on? How
Mm,
can I do this to us?
just a little peppermint tea, a little herbal in the afternoon.
Perfect timing because you're about to spill the tea.
Okay.
Were all your collections made out of extensions and wigs? Like, I want to know because you were right in the beginning when you said, yeah, it was a little taboo. Like, we weren't supposed to be using wigs and, extensions to enter in competitions. It had to be, you had to show before and after pictures and
Mhm.
all of that. So tell me, now that it's safe to do so,
I've honestly done a blend of all. I've had certain collections where I've had certain models 100% real hair. I've
wow.
had other mix of real and extension. I've had some that are wigs. Um, sheerly because of what I'm doing to the hair. And I'm like
Right.
thrashing this
Yeah.
hair. And I would never do that to a human, you know? I just feel so much
Oh.
guilt around that. And, you know, let's be real, models are really expensive these days. And as they should be, they are 100% worth it. But we
Absolutely.
can't be doing that for 20 to 30 to 40 hours on somebody's head, right?
And
So,
for those of you from the generation that had to, yeah,
yeah.
I've done some crazy things on some of these girls and
Yeah.
guys. Like I've had, I mean, you know, so having the opportunity to do it on wigs and do it on
Yeah.
hair pieces, it really does save the models because we really do want them to focus on the most skillful part of them and even with their faces covered, their posture, their gestures, all of that. So having the
Oh,
wigs is so
yeah.
cool. Do
Yeah.
you
And
find though that like wigs or hair extensions mold better than their natural hair would?
not necessarily. I
Okay.
feel actually that it's harder to make a wig look like real hair than it
Yeah.
is real hair to make it look like a wig. I
Say
feel like
that
some,
again and not be dyslexic.
yeah, I do feel like sometimes having a synthetic is nice to create a good foundation because it just
Yeah.
has that plastic power that, you know, we don't. So, you know, there's a good blend, but I've done a lot of real hair and, you know, other things that are like two or three wigs stacked on top of each other with some plastic little bits in between and, you know, everything in between. So, yeah.
I love it. I love it. And so for even let's talk about your session collection. It was so powerful as well. I don't want to
Thank
not
you.
talk about that. Did you use was that also a combination of wigs and extensions?
It was. Yes, it
Yeah.
was. Yes.
As I shared in that video, and thank you for sending me over all those videos and clips and
Oh,
really
yeah,
got
no
to see the
problem.
insight of how you built your collections. You know, from I get it, your inspiration came from this quote that, I mean, honestly, it's inspired me in so many ways as well. So thank you for that. But when it comes to your session collection, was there something else? Because I feel like the colors really spoke to me in a different way than your collection
Yes,
for. So I did nail it on the head. All
you
right. So
did.
tell
Yes.
me.
So my session collection actually came from a collaboration that I did this year. So I collabed with Erin Fernandez, who's
Yes.
bonkers. If you don't
Yes.
follow her,
Absolutely.
you must.
Yes.
And she, as you know, anybody who knows Erin knows that she is a brilliant colorist and likes to play heavy in the paint box. And I tend to be more like dirty candy colors over the
Yeah.
years. So we really decided in our collab to focus on our strengths and then build those in together. And a big part of it was bringing the color punch and mixing my silhouettes and textures
Yeah.
to build our collection together, but also have like little bodies of work that we could put in as well. Cause like, let's be real, photo shoots are expensive and let's milk that baby for all she's worth, you know? So,
Absolutely.
you know, let's, you know, make some magic and have some fun. And blending styles with somebody was really neat and something I hadn't really done before. And I
Really? This was
learned a
their
lot
like
and I grew a
first.
lot as an artist. Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool. I didn't know that this was like, so this was technically your first collab.
Well, we got to do at Schwarzkopf Professional the Contessa show last year, which was a
Yep.
giant team collab, but
Yeah,
under
huge.
other people's vision, you know,
Yeah.
and then we
Yeah.
got to trickle our own into there where this was Aaron and I's kind of
This was
blend
your gig.
solely. Yeah, so
Wow.
that was kind of neat to so technically second collab, but first like
Yeah,
uh,
I get it. Like your
you
first
know,
like really photo shoot,
yeah,
your
our
own thing.
own.
I love it.
Yeah. So,
That's really
you know, my
cool.
colors were a little bit bolder. Thank you, Erin, you know, for,
Yes, thank you, Erin.
inspiring me to rise in a different way. And yeah, so I called this part fraction, you know, because we have to name our collections, and it's a fraction of two artists. And
That's so smart. I
yeah.
love it. I love it. This is so great. Now, I want to talk about when I saw you at the Contessa's and I was like, girl, I love your hair. I love the color that you are working with. And you looked at
Thank
me
you.
and you're like, it's pigeon.
Yeah, pigeon
You're
gray,
like, pigeon?
you
And you're like,
know?
yeah, like the birds. And I was like, right. I don't quite see that, but I get where you're trying to go with it. Are the pigeons from Barrie or are they from Toronto?
They're all the same in Ontario.
They're all the same.
They're all the same.
I love it. Is this like
Thank you.
color or is this your natural?
It's a little bit of both.
Okay.
I get balayage, loose balayage, maybe once a year, and then I'll tone it in between.
I love it.
My moonlights have been popping since I was 17, and
Really?
yes,
See,
they
hairdressers
have
don't talk
been.
about this.
Yeah,
It's like we're
I
shy to say, oh yeah, we have some grays and like,
yeah. Well, they're
should we
rebranding it
be?
now.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Yes.
I'm proud to be 45 and popping some grays. I did.
Yeah.
I earned them.
Yeah. And you know what? You just get tired of chasing a color bottle, and I was having some allergies, which kind of pushed my hand a little bit, but I absolutely love it.
And
And
you know what? This is also a great way,
it's
and not to like
empowering.
discourage our fellow hairstylists from, not coloring someone's hair or other people watching. We love to color hair and we love to color
Yeah.
our own. And like, yes, chasing the bottle, that's a phrase that we like to use because we're constantly in it for other people.
Hmm.
And so sometimes the focus on us, I remember growing up having a friend of ours in the family was a hairdresser, and she had 3 different colors in her hair at all times because she would just take whatever was left in the bowl and throw it on her head.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh Lord Jesus, I hope I don't become that kind of hairdresser.
Oh,
But in the end, we don't talk about it. So
yeah.
should I go gray as a hairdresser? And you got to think about it, hairstylist, hair artist, no matter what you are within the industry, even if that person's sitting in your chair, you're still a client.
Yeah.
And so if
Well,
it's the right move, like it is on you, then it's the right move.
and two things to add to that. I'm a very authentic hairdresser. I really do preach, like, do what makes you feel good. If
Absolutely.
it's wearing hair down to here or, do
Yeah,
what makes you feel good, because when you feel the best, you shine the brightest.
absolutely.
So for anybody who's wanting to kind of embrace that, if it feels authentic to do it, I think you should.
Yeah.
And secondly, gray blending balayage. There's
It's
money in it.
yeah,
Lots of
I mean,
money in
look,
it.
can we
Gray
get a
blending,
haircut, please?
toss, toss. Um,
Thank you. Yeah,
there's
it's
a,
gorgeous.
it's gray blending is not a service that will make you little to no money. So, if you're a
On the
hairstylist out
next
there that is
episode with
telling
Robin
people
LaChance.
don't,
Yes.
revisit that, Seriously.
I think it's fabulous, and I think it's a great. Like I just said, it's another topic of conversation for you and I to have. I think that's a big one. I think even our clients would be more in tune to watching an episode to find out, hey, like, what is it in it for us? The gray blending. I think it's brilliant. So kudos to you for that. Robin,
Thank
you
you.
are incredible. I am so grateful that we've
You
had this
back at you.
moment to share the insights of your collection, from the wigs to your inspirational quotes to who you are, and not just as an artist, but getting to know Robin. And that's why I mentioned about your hair. That is your
Thank you.
crown, and you wear it well. And as one woman to another, we'll make sure our crowns are always straight. So right? It's there, honey. It's there. I
Yes.
want to ask you, couple Sundays ago, I was eagerly waiting for some nominations to be announced for the PBA NAHAs, and I tuned in just in the moment when Robin LaChance's name was announced. I'm getting shivers saying that. Congratulations on that nomination.
Thank
That is
you.
huge. How do you feel about that?
Oh, so happy. I need like a bigger words than joy.
Right. I get it.
Yeah, yeah,
It's just
Naha,
confirmation, Robin. It's
crazy.
confirmation of
Yeah,
everything you do. And trust me, I get this, imposter syndrome. I don't believe in that because you put yourself in these positions.
yeah,
And if you did it and it just happened to you, then you'd be an imposter.
right. Yes.
So I get it. We're humble. Trust me, I get it. I'm a little girl from Dufferin and Glencairn. Nobody knows where the hell that is. It's in the middle of Toronto, and it's just this little corner. And for
Yeah,
me, it felt like a little town.
yeah,
So I feel the same way when it comes to, oh my God, how lucky am I? But you know what? Yes, we are lucky. I do believe in luck. But I also
yeah.
believe in chances because we've put ourselves in those positions to achieve those things.
You
So when
gotta be
people
smart.
right?
Yeah, you just got to go for it.
You just gotta go for it.
Yeah.
I said this in the last episode. Nike is not a multi-million dollars because they just tried.
Right.
Their logo is just do it.
Yeah.
And it is for that reason that is inspirational as you are.
Thank you.
But before we go, I have one more last question.
Okay.
And I want to ask this correctly because I want everyone to hear your answer. So, Robin, tell me, what advice would you give to artists who are afraid to take their own, I always mess up the last question. Let's do this again.
One more time.
Rewind.
Yeah.
What advice would you give artists who are afraid to trust their vision and take creative risks?
Oh, just don't let fear stop you. Don't let fear decide your fate. You have to take big chances and don't be afraid of the pivot. The things we have in our head are really great ideas. And sometimes when they're halfway through, you look at it and you're like, this isn't it, and you have to do a little pivot. And that's where the magic happens. So just like lean in, ask the questions. A lot of people will answer you if you ask. A lot of people that are putting their stuff on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube are sharing because they want to. So ask the questions and save some money and just go for it.
And as someone just joins us, Ashley, I see you. She paid you a beautiful compliment the other day and said, I messaged Robin and she messaged me back. And for me, that is huge reassurance of just who you are. And I can't thank you enough for saying what you just said. That is where the magic happens, Robin. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being on this episode of Sip and Snip.
Thank you for having me. It was my pleasure.
We can't wait to hear the outcome come the end of May at the NAHA Awards.
Yes.
Congratulations again on that nomination, and congratulations on your Contessa wins.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Palma.
Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful family day to you and to everyone else celebrating it here in Ontario. And guys, it's family day every day with all of us hairstylists, all of our clients and friends that are watching us. Love to you all. If you guys missed this conversation, trust me, it will be saved and posted. Don't forget to like and share, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of Sip and Snip. Ciao. Bye, Robin.
Bye.
Much love to you. Bye.
Bye.